Hey, this is Tony Tattoo coming at you, and we're in the wonderful city of Edmonton at the Century Casino, and this is Tushfest, and I've got two of the best people ever in the world, and guys with great big hearts. They are the promoters for Tushfest. We got Randy Lambeth.
Hello.
And we got Mike the Party Hog, and anybody that knows anything would know him. If you haven't heard of Mike the Party Hog, you've been under a rock. So, Mike, what is it you guys do?
We have an annual reunion concert that brings back the old scene from the glory days of the 80s and the early 90s when people were cool, music was good. And our purpose is to get everybody back in the room, raise a little bit of money, and we buy parking passes for cancer patients at the Cancer Institute here in town because when they go to get their treatments, they got to pay $15 for parking. And that adds up after a while because you can't work because you got fucking cancer, right? So
Randy, so what was
Oh.
excellent. You know, first of all, we said it on a previous show, YYC, that is an absolute disgrace that people have to pay for parking to get treatments. Randy, how did it start? How did Tushfest first get launched?
Started, let's see, 12 years ago, and Wayne wanted to mix Wayne Toshniak is who this is all in homage to.
He's
basically. He's the Tush in Toshniak, right. And Tushfest. And they put I think it was Winter Kill at the Blues on White 12 years ago?
Yeah,
12 years ago.
Wow.
And he wanted to that was his last kick at the can for mixing. And after everybody thought this is great, he got together, everybody kind of got a bit of a reunion out of it. And then the following year, Bill Birch, who's the other third party in this, decided he just got online and put out a thing on Facebook and said, but we should, we need a room or something to do this. And then a couple of us piped up and we said, I know exactly where to go, and two of us said the same thing, and we came to Century Casino, and Tushfest was basically born from that.
Excellent, and also the Century Casino, history-wise, used to be a club back in the day, right? That every band wanted to play. It was used to be called the Londonderry, and I'll tell you what, it was the most fun you can have your clothes on, wasn't it?
Oh boy,
definitely one of the betters.
Oh,
so
in this place, yeah.
So. Coming up through this has been 11 years now that you guys have been doing this, and it's fantastic. So tell us about the lineup tonight.
We've got a great lineup on board for tonight. We've got a local Edmonton band called Headshot, some local players that have been around for years, and we like to have the first band of the night kick things off, be the local band that are doing things right, that need that little kick in the ass exposure-wise, because we look at them and go, these guys are doing things right.
That's awesome. That's good.
Next up, we got, one of the only Dirty Deeds, man. Greatest ACDC tribute in Western Canada going on, that's for damn sure. So
they're okay.
We're happy to have these guys back. They've been with us a couple of times already, and we're pretty stoked. And then up later on, we had a wish list of bands that we wanted to perform this year. Things didn't quite work out, so we had to do something a little different. So we decided to take a local Edmonton band, mix up a couple of the players, make it a sort of pseudo super group.
Right.
And we're bringing in guest singers from this band, that band. We've got 5 singers lined up for them tonight, a couple of guest drummers showing up.
Excellent.
So basically a little musical chair situation, but the band, it's not a jam band situation. They've been rehearsing hard and going hard with it, and the best of the best. So the lineup tonight, it's a little different than we've done in years before, but it's gonna kick ass, man.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's going to be so much talent on the stage tonight. I'm honored to be sharing it with the type of talent that's up there. So, going into the future, are we just living in the moment right now and discussing things later?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Right now,
it's year 11.
Every year, about 2 hours before showtime, we all look at each other and go, "We're never doing this again." And then 2 hours after the show, we're looking at each other going, "When are we doing the next one?" Well, I'll tell you, it's just it becomes getting the show off the ground can be very difficult, stressful, trying, and but once it starts and it just rolls out on its own, and the vibe in the room is amazing. But once we're all done and we look back on it, after a couple of days and go like, damn, it shouldn't do that again already. So absolutely. Now that we've had some issues with our charity that we donated to, we fixed a couple of problems, that that people change and staff, and you know, things don't happen the way that you want to deal with what you're doing for your situation. So, but now we fixed it. It looks like we got a thing now where we can get parking passes to the cancer patients a little easier, a little faster, and that's all we needed to rebirth this thing again and give us another, few years at it. Why not?
Well, which brings up a good point, and I'll tell you, it's amazing that everybody puts in their time gratis. There's nobody here getting paid, and everyone's doing it for the love of it, and that's it. I mean, this is Tushfest. This is year 11. Mr. Randy Lambeth has been a pleasure, and also Mike Party Hog. Pleasure as always.
Pleasure's ours.
Thanks, Tony.
Great to have you guys. Thanks for having us.
Cool.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, it's Tony Tattoo coming at you, and we're at Tushfest, and we're getting close to the show time. We start at 8 o'clock. I've got a couple guests and a couple people that have been in the business for a while. Eric, I've known you for a while. Eric, I just met you. Eric is with the band Chrome. Pete is with the Eclectic Banana here in Edmonton. Popular bands, both of them. And so they are in the Wayne's World band tonight that is doing the routine with doing the show with 5 different singers.
5 or 6.
5 or 6. And then there's going to be changing of drummers.
A couple of drummers and different drummers, and guitar players are going to pop in, and we just figured get as many pro guys in as we could,
The bad ones were going to beat the shit out of
yeah.
Chrome off stage.
Yeah, to get the hook. We have a big
Move
hook.
on with the show
We have a big hook, eh? There's a guy with a hook.
I'm just like, oh shit, Dirty Deeds better fucking pull it off, man.
Oh, yeah. Anyone screws up gets the hook, eh? A big old vaudeville hook. Just out you go, man. You're out.
That's old school, people. All right.
Yeah.
And by the way, nobody tonight is lip syncing. It's played live. There's nobody out there dancing and doing stupid shit. So what do you think of music these days?
Music these days?
Today's top 40. What do you think?
Well, I never really listen to top 40 anyway, but
Why would you?
Yeah, there's some. I mean, there's good in everything to me. I mean, people go, "Oh, back in the day." That's a bunch of bullshit, man. Like back in the day, 5% of it was good, 95% of it was forced garbage, and it's the same today. I think if you look and listen, there's some really, really phenomenal players out there and great music out there. Most of it's garbage. That's human nature. We can't like everything, right? So I think there's some good stuff out there. I mean, the kids stations I don't listen to, obviously, but even when I was a kid, I didn't listen to the kids. I was listening to Emerson, Lake and Palmer and fucking Ted Nugent and King Crimson when I was 8. Right. So never really my thing, Tony. But,
I totally inherited my older sister's Beatles albums, and everyone says, what got you into music? And it was like Beatles, man, it got me into it. And then you started getting into stuff like Easy Living, that band. I got their old Nazareth albums, and I got the Three Dog Night, which I was just those guys. How about you, Pete?
Pete.
Well, I'm the youngest of I think 6 of us.
So you got all the records.
So I got everybody. I didn't have musical taste of my own because I wasn't allowed to have musical taste of my own. My brothers would beat the shit out of that if I did think about having a musical taste of my own as a young guy. So
what musical taste do you inherit from your brothers?
A lot of back in the day would have been a lot of Queen, Aerosmith, things of that, Zeppelin, very much classic rock household. Even my old man was very much into, I listened to 2112 first time, his album, not mine.
Right.
Guess who? I'm 54 this year. So,
Do you remember when you were 54, Eric?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I almost can't remember. Yeah, it's a good year, I think.
What did you guys think when you first heard Van Halen 1?
Oh man. That was back when I was just a kid back then and wasn't playing with anybody. I was just dreaming about being a singer back then. So that was one of the best albums to jump around the living room when the parents would go out at night with a broomstick, act like a rock star.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I'd never heard anything like it. I think my 2 biggest albums at that time would have been Nazareth and
which one?
Hits album, Greatest Hits
Greatest Hits,
album, and that one.
Yeah.
How about you?
Man, you know what? I actually the first album really didn't do much to me, but the second album came out and I liked that, and I mean Alex is I'm a drummer. So Alex is a great drummer, but the production was like the drum sound was weak on those. I really couldn't relate to it compared to what I've been listening to. But I love the band. I love Van Halen, and I always liked great guitar players. My dad was a guitar player, so I recognized this guy was phenomenal. And then Women and Children First was fantastic. And then everything, in my band Chrome, we do Mean Street.
Oh,
off Diver. Is that Diver Down? No, not Diver Down.
No, that's off the fourth one.
Mean Street. Fair Warning.
Fair Warning. Fair Warning. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I love Eddie and Alex is they're a killer band. Like I love them, and I love Van Hagar too. It's great stuff. Yeah.
The whole thing is that Alex had to kind of be the rhythm guitar player and drummer because he'd have to fill in, riding the crash.
Yeah. We're squishy. Yeah, and definitely he's an influence on me. He did a couple of cool things that other guys weren't doing in rock, right? That that fast heavy metal shuffle, that speedy shuffle. The guys were doing. I mean, Billy Cobham and some crazy guy, jazz guys were doing it before, but no one in popular rock was doing this kind of super fast double bass drum shuffle and some splatty stuff on the bell, and pretty neat band. And you know what? I mean, I like dark and down stuff, heavy and spooky, but they were such a great happy metal band. Like if you see the live video on YouTube still out there of them doing Unchained, it gives me shivers down my, like the ending. I get shivers still to this day. I'll put that video on and like go, holy fuck, man.
Yeah,
that was a show, huge. Man. When you go to a show and it was like the Messiah walked out on the stage like that. These guys are 12 feet tall, right? Yeah. That's what I like. Now you go to they go out and support clubs, and you go to a club and there's 4 guys staring at a fucking iPad. Yeah. I'm not going to support that. I want to see a band. Yeah. I want to see a show. I want to see neutron bombs and right?
Yeah. Do you guys think that? No, absolutely. Right? I mean, we used to before Great White made it a a nanu. It was like we were blowing up shit all the time on stage.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were the ones that were
blew up a couple of singers. I think you got blown up a couple times.
I just lost my sideburns and my sense of humor for 2 seconds, but after that, I was just happy my balls didn't get blown up my ass.
It does seem when you look back at it, 10-foot ceilings and explosive devices.
Not a
great idea.
Oh, especially when they had those tiles, the stupid tiles, right? And also you blow those out all the time. The Livewire just stopped putting tiles in. They just went, the band's just going to blow them out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had the great idea of making pipe bombs. So we'd build these things, and it'd be like 1.5 ounce of black powder. Be like, oh fuck no, 3 ounces. Fuck, here we go. And you know what we're gonna do just for fun? We're gonna gaff tape the top of it.
Yeah. You get a little compression happening.
Oh yeah, and every single time there'd be such a concussion. Yeah. That Kelly Stadoli, remember their drummer? Oh yeah, we'd be playing away, and all of a sudden, boom! It'd be like, and everybody'd be like wondering where the hell they are for a second,
Well, I remember we played. I was in a band called Winterkill. And we played
that was a great band.
Downstairs at the fucking Kingsway Hotel before they burned it down. Thank God they burned it down. All the good old hotels. Didn't. Finally they get burnt down by someone, right? For the
the Windsor and Red Deer. Yeah.
But yeah, exactly, right? But we were playing down there, and Kim, our singer, was the guy that would load those flash pots, and the same thing every time. It was another spoon. Yeah. Oh, next time we'll give another spoon in there, right? Yeah. Gaff taped and freaking foil down there. And the last song of the night on a Saturday night, it was like, boom, and it was the deepest, loudest. You couldn't hear it. It was like in your brain.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people shit themselves. And then they had that big $10,000 projector TV that never worked again after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think anyone was allowed to have concussion bombs after that.
Oh yeah, no, it would just smoke the place out. Everybody like everybody running from the door.
Good old days. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys. Eric.
Hey, Nito.
Love to have you guys on, Pete.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right,
Rock on.
All right, so join us for the conversation. By the way, Tushfest is for raising first of all cancer awareness, and also we're doing this. Nobody's getting paid here, but we're doing it for the love of it, and we're doing it for paying for parking passes for cancer patients because, as I said in an earlier show, it's a fucking disgrace that fucking people have to fucking pay for parking to go get treatment. All right?
Terrible.
So join us for the conversation on Facebook. We're on YouTube. For some stupid reason on Twitter and Instagram, nobody knows how to use. But anyway, Facebook, that's the one to get us on. Just remember, keep it between the ditches, be nice to somebody, give somebody a hug, and we're out of here.
Peace. Fuck cancer.
All right.
Good evening, kids, and welcome to a special edition of Wideopen YYC. I am DJ Kaz, and and I'm here with some very special guests for a very special night. We have the best ever AC/DC tribute band with us, almost all of them. Dirty Deeds DDC will be performing tonight at Tushfest, and they are here to promote and enjoy. And this is Tony.
Hi, Tony Tattoo coming at ya.
This is Dennis. The Dennis. You see?
Hold on to it.
And this be Randy Crow.
How come Tony's got a beer and I don't?
So that comes in. That's actually. Thank you very much for the intro.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that's usually our livelihood right now. It's basically Tony has a beer. Randy's like, why do you have a beer and I don't have a beer? Tell you what, we actually got Dirty Deeds back together again because of the Tushfest event, and we kind of looked at each other and we went, hey, maybe this show can ride again. And we've had a couple gigs under our belt, and we're looking at doing a few more gigs and seeing what's out there, do a little traveling around. Mr. Menace and I have been together for quite a while. Randy was in the band back in the day. So Denny, what do you think? What do you think about the night?
Tell us about Tushfest, Denny.
Tushfest is awesome.
Yeah.
That's how we got back together, so it was cool. Very cool.
And what do you think about the new Dirty Deeds show? Like Randy, Randy spent a lot of time, effort and stuff like that, just putting a lot of the show, like the backdrops and stuff like that together. Randy, what kind of inspired you?
There's not too many bands out there right now that do what we do.
Yeah.
A lot of other AC/DC bands have like the props. I went more for I thought it would look better with more of the moving visual.
Yeah, exactly. So when we actually discussed it before, it was I don't know if anybody out there has seen Beatles' Rain, and we kind of
That's where the influence came from.
Yeah, so we kind of took a chapter out of their book and went, rather than just looking like a bar band and going on stage and just banging off tunes, is kind of give it a more interactive show with videos and stuff like that. Randy also produced the videos.
Hey-o!
That's right.
These guys are a show. They are entertainment.
But Randy,
Entertainment on legs.
but Randy put the videos together, and he also produced the interactive when we're going. Like we gave him a few ideas about when
The script, yeah.
the script, yeah.
I went and scripted the show, and
Yeah.
so far we're sort of following it. So
And
Yeah.
he beats us when we play wrong. Help! Somebody please help me. I can't take it. I hit one wrong note one time. Oh my god.
And you get the stick.
it's usually the belt, but the stick will work too.
That's right.
Whatever works.
Yeah, okay. And so tonight we're the second band on. We're looking forward to it because actually then, come Mr. Taliban. Anyway,
Goodness.
when we actually go up second and we get a great spot this year, right? Because of the fact that we used to always be closing and trying to keep sober, which never really worked too much.
We get to see the other
We actually get to see the other entertainment, the other bands, and there's a lot of talent on that stage tonight. So
We're at
we're
the
looking
Century
forward.
Casino in Edmonton.
That's right, and
It's for Tushfest. It's for a great cause, raising money for cancer.
it gives us a chance to kind of measure out the stage because we're going to be here December 14th
Yay!
doing our show,
Full show.
full show.
show.
That means full dress, full everything.
Full Monty.
That's right.
If you play your cards right.
Hit you? You need to pee? You can go pee in a minute, Danny.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this segment up because
Randy needs a
we have to
beer
let
too.
Randy needs a beer, Dennis has to go take a piss, and I'm just doing my thing. So anyway, wrapping it up, Wide Open YYC. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you have to, but Facebook is probably the best place to kind of
And
conflap with us.
DirtyDeedsDDC.ca.
DirtyDeedsDDC.ca.
And what do we say about cancer?
Fuck cancer!
Fuck cancer.
Who's having a party out here tonight, eh? What the fuck was that? Come on! Rock and roll, baby, yeah! try that again. On the count of 3, give me a fuck cancer. 1, 2, 3! All right. Now, I got a special lady here tonight. I have a very special lady. I'm going to come on up here and say hi to our bass player from the next band, Bill. 30 Deeds bass player, Bill. His mom is here tonight, and she's a cancer survivor and is happier than hell to be here tonight to see her son play. Over here.
Wasn't that corner?
Come on up. We're going to bring her up on stage so you guys can see her. Okay. This is Bill's mom, Joan. Come on up, Joan. Shut up. I'm going to get Joan to say 2 words to you. You say it real loud for me. You guys ready for this? I want to hug her. Thank you, Joan. Good to see you here tonight. Thank you. Okay. Now, I don't know how this tequila ended up in my hand. I know Keith had nothing to do with it this time. My tequila Jedi, Yoda Master. Anyway. We got the fuck cancer from Joan there, but there's a couple of people that would like to be here tonight that can't be here tonight. And I want every one of you to send them a message because they're still watching out there. All right? I need everybody to send the fuck cancer to my buddy Kim and Scott. Let's go. Try it on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. We love you guys, man, and we wish you were here tonight. And everybody else out there that's dealing with cancer, anybody that's got a friend, family member, it's bullshit, man. We're here with you. We're going to do all we can to make things better for all of you guys. Now, what do you say we get some rock and roll back on this stage here? We are so proud to have these guys here for their 3rd Tushfest show. We don't really want to give you the exact date, but they've been around for a while, and they are the premier AC/DC tribute in Western Canada. They're playing here, when are you guys, December, is it? November? December 14th, it's on the table. So, what I need from everybody here is to get ready. Let's do a cheers, everybody, come on. Show me what you're drinking out there. Everybody, booze goes up. Booze go.
I'm counting on you. Don't fuck up.
Right. Welcome to the stage.
Eric's pep talk.
With some happy rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce 30 Deeds. Let's go. guys are awesome tonight. Thank you. Woo! Run!
out there. It's good to see you all, even though I'll get a chance to talk to you later. But man, it's good to see you all here. And it's all for a good cause, right?
Oh yeah, rock and roll. Good job, you guys, good job. One more time, each of the
That is how we say, that's how we do it.